My husband's crazy ex-wife showed up at our wedding. Now, when I first met my husband, he told me right away that he had a crazy ex-wife, which was immediately a red flag for me because when a man tells me that he has a crazy ex, I immediately think, what did you do to make them crazy? But in this case, it was all on her. He told me that she actually wasn't crazy until the divorce started, that they had a really great marriage, or so he thought, until he walked in on her and his best friend together, and he immediately knew that they didn't have kids together, and he didn't want to try to make this marriage work. He could never trust her again, so he ended it, and she would not take no as an answer. She started showing up wherever he was. She wouldn't sign the divorce papers. He said that she just made it a absolutely terrible experience to get divorced. And he told me that a lot of his relationships since haven't worked out because she's been absolutely crazy and she shows up on dates where they are. She just makes it impossible for him to move on and live his life without her. And let me tell you, he did not lie about that one because as we continued dating and into our engagement, she would show up wherever we were. We would be out at dinner and she was just at the table next to us. We would just stop posting on Instagram. You know, sometimes you're out at dinner, you take a photo of your food, you tag the restaurant. Yeah, we could not do that in our relationship because if we ever did, she would be the first to know and she would be there. And we tried blocking all of our Instagram accounts, but she would just create fake ones so she could always keep tabs on us. But I absolutely love the man. And even though this was a really terrible situation, it was just not something that was a deal breaker for me because he was perfect in every single way. And this wasn't his fault. He was having to deal with this just as much as I was. So it's something that we just went through and got through as a couple. And after the engagement, it really did send her into a frenzy. She was showing up more and more. He was getting so many text messages from tons of different numbers. About 2 months before the wedding, my then fiance and I both started getting text messages from different numbers. Guess who it was? Basically saying that we needed to cancel the wedding or else. Or else what? What do you mean or else? Well, we found out what she meant by or else because we didn't think anything of it. We were just ignoring it. We were like, you know what? She's trying to scare us. She's trying to stress us out. Planning a wedding is already stressful enough. So we just continued to block the numbers and moved on with our lives. But I guess we should have taken her more seriously because on my wedding day, I am walking down the aisle. I look beautiful. I am walking to my future husband and the look on his face should be like, he should be crying. He should be crying. But instead, he looks absolutely shaken. I was like, what is wrong? I thought that maybe he hated my dress, which it's impossible. My dress was beautiful. All of my bridesmaids are also looking completely shook. So I'm like, do I have a giant stain down my dress? Like, what is going on? And that's when I see that all of the wedding guests are starting to turn around to look at something behind me. And I wish I didn't turn around. I honestly wish I just would have kept walking forward, but I did. And that's when I saw my husband's ex-wife walking down the aisle behind me in her wedding dress. The wedding dress that she wore in her wedding to my husband. I'm sorry, what kind of unhinged person does that? And did she tell any of her friends that she was going to do that? Because if that was something that I was ever going to do, and the minute I said that to any of my friends, they would have absolutely kept me in lockdown during the day of that wedding. Okay, normal people don't do that. But my husband's little sister jumped into action. I've never seen someone move that fast. She grabbed that girl by the back of the hair and she dragged her out of that ceremony. She was really in superhero mode. I would not have been able to react that fast. And the wedding guests turned back around. I turned back around and I went and got married. But that is how my ceremony started. It kind of seems like that was her last big gesture she was going to do because since then we haven't really heard from her. Sometimes on our wedding anniversary we'll get a weird text message or we'll see her at a restaurant we're at, but it's gotten a lot better and honestly we haven't seen her in about a year, so hopefully it's done for good. But truly, one of the craziest things ever. Who does that? Who does that?
Story time on how God revealed to me what this boy was actually doing behind my back in my dreams. So y'all, it's this boy I started talking to back in August of 2023. This ain't no new boy though. I've been to him since 2019 or whatever. So me being me, I'm like, okay, I'm single and stuff like that. I think I want to settle down a little bit. So I make a post to just make it know I'm single. You know, what's up? What's tea? So the boy slid up on my post or whatever. We just got to texting, talking, and boom, we got to kicking it. And in the beginning, my intention was to just be sneaky links, strictly sneaky links, because I got trust issues. I don't got time to be trying to fall in love. You feel me? But he made me feel like I can get comfortable and I don't got to worry about none of that. So me being me, I'm just like, let me stop being stubborn and give it a chance. So y'all, the first few months was perfect. I'm talking about we talked every day, no matter if it was in person, on the phone, through text. We was with each other almost every day. We was texting every day, no matter what. So one day I was just with him, y'all, and I just kept seeing this contact pop up at the top of his screen. So me being me, I'm like, I can't get mad. Like, I just started talking to this boy. So, and he was showing me something on his phone. So I just kept swiping it up, swiping it up. It would just text back to back. I'm just swiping it up. And this was going on for like 2 days. So y'all, on the third day, I just kept seeing the same contact pop up nonstop, and I just got tired of holding my tongue. So I'm like, "Who is this?" I'm asking him like, "Who's blowing your phone up like this?" And he was showing me something on his phone. That's why I just kept seeing it. So he ended up revealing to me that that's his ex or whatever. And mind y'all, before we actually got serious, we made a promise to each other that we was always gonna tell each other the truth about anything, no matter what it is. So of course I'm disappointed. I'm like, why you ain't been told me? Like, everything could have been better, smoother. Like, nah, I got trust issues for real. So long story short, he apologized, all that we talked about, we made up. Boom, I just let it go. He told me that they were just cool, nothing more than cool, and she stay in a whole different state or whatever. Like, she moved, she don't even stay down here no more. So I'm like, okay, cool, boom, let it go. So back to what I was saying, like I said, like late November, early December, stuff just started going downhill. It was just arguments every day. Like, we could not agree to disagree without getting into it really bad. And the crazy thing is, I already done caught feelings for this boy. Like, my feelings for this boy was so strong, like strong. And I haven't had feelings like that for anybody in so long. Like, we was locked in. Instead of being so quick to leave, I'm just trying to give it a chance. Like, okay, let me just see how this shit play out. You feel me? So we was having conversations, hashing out our differences, talking about it. We was working on each other. So I was like, okay, cool. Shit is working. So y'all, this is where things start getting real crazy. So y'all, I'm a spiritual person. I believe in manifesting, praying, all that. So y'all, one day I was just like, God, before I take this situation serious, please reveal to me if he's doing anything behind my back that I may not know about, or how he really feel about me. So a few days later, I had this dream. So technically in the dream, I had stayed the night at his house or whatever, and I had secretly like snuck on his phone to share his location to my phone, and I deleted it so he didn't know his location was being shared with me. So boom, he had left or whatever, and he was taking forever to text me back. Like, he hasn't texted me back all day. So y'all, I check his location or whatever, and like that little dot on the location thing, that thing was just moving, like he was just flying. I'm like, dang, like where are you trying to get to that bad? So I just click out of it or whatever. I'm just like, I'll check it later. I'm about to go back to my people house. So I went back to my people house, y'all, and I checked the location again. So mind y'all, I've never had a conversation with his ex. I never seen her in person, none of that. The weird thing is about it, when I went back to go check his location, him and her, I don't know how her location got on there, but his location and her location was in the same exact place. Like, their dots was just like on top of each other. So y'all, he was in a whole different state in the dream. And the crazy part is, the state that she stayed in the dream is the state that she stays in now in real life. Mind y'all, me and him stay in the same state. She stays in a whole different state now, like she moved. And mind y'all, the same states that we stay in right now in real life is the same states we were staying in the dream. So y'all, in the dream, I track his location. I didn't even drive or fly. I teleported to this girl house. So I get to the house and I kick the door down, y'all. Why is this boy sitting on the couch? And in this dream, she stayed in an apartment. So I get to this apartment and I kick the door down. He's sitting on the couch, she's standing up. So I just get to cussing both of them out. I'm threatening both of them. I'm saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Nobody was saying anything in the dream. Everybody was just looking at me crazy, him and her, because it was just us three. So in the dream, I'm just like, I'm about to off this boy. You feel me? So I had slammed the apartment door, I had left, and I had teleported back to my house. And I was going back to my house to get something to off the boy. So in the back of my mind, y'all, I'm like, she probably got what I'm looking for at her house. So I'm about to just go back to her house and off him. So before I was even able to get back to her house in the dream, I had woke up. So of course, I'm overthinking the dream. I've never had no dream about a boy I actively talked to and his ex together in the same dream, like literally. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to just let it go. You know, it's probably one of these crazy dreams that everybody have. So I didn't tell the boy about the dream or nothing, y'all. I just like squashed it, let it go. So fast forward to today. So off topic thing, I be going live on Instagram and stuff like that just for entertainment purposes. I like creating content. I like going live. I like talking to people. I like discussing stuff. Yeah. So today, on this random day, he decided to go live on Instagram. Mind you, he does not go live at all. That's the first time I've ever seen him go live, like since forever. So of course, me and being me, I hop on the live. So him and his homeboy was on the live together or whatever. So his homeboy referred to me as baby, and like that was my nickname. Like that's what he called me for his homeboy, cause I was his homeboy, female, whatever. So I got on the live, and he was just like, "Oh snap, baby on the live." So I immediately knew he was talking about me. You feel me? So the boy I was talking to, he was just saying stuff like, "I ain't got no baby," stuff like that. So I dropped a comment in the comments, and I was just like, "Hey, if that's how you feel, it is what it is." You feel me? I don't care. So y'all, I'm listening real hard because some homeboys be slipping up and be saying stuff on accident. So I'm just listening, and like I stepped off the live for 2 seconds, but other than that, I've been on the live the whole from when it started to when it ended, literally. So his homeboy ended up slipping up and saying both of your girls are on the live. So I stepped off the live for 2 seconds or whatever because he was just like saying a little nonsense, but that's something he always do. So y'all, I step off the live for 2 seconds and tell me why this boy gonna say, "You know how I get down." So I'm like, what does he mean by that? And mind you, I'm talking about the boy that I was talking to. So his homeboy was just like laughing and stuff like that. Like, oh, like shocked, like, dang. Like, I know how you get down, bro. So I guess the boy that I was talking to saw that I had got back on the live and he ended the live fast. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm finna end the live." And his homeboy was like, "No, bro, just chill." And he ended it. So after he ended the live, I just texted him. I'm just like, "Dang, now you acting like I ain't your baby or nothing. Like, come on now." So boom, I click back on Instagram and y'all tell me why I get this inbox from his ex-girlfriend. She was like, "Hey, how do you know?" I'm gonna call him Purple. But she was like, "Hey, how do you know Purple?" So in the back of my mind, y'all, I'm confused because he told me that he had told her about me. So that's why I never like pressed the issue or nothing. You feel me? So I'm just thinking, like, should I tell her or should I just not respond? Because I really don't want to be in the middle of nothing. So I ended up responding and I just tell her what's been going on. So y'all, she ended up calling me. We got on the phone and we was just telling each other what's been going on from when I started talking to him till like right now, today. So long story short, he's been lying to both of us this whole time about everything. Like he lied to me about her, he lied to her about me, like everything was a lie. The only thing he didn't lie about is her staying in a different state, her moving. That's the only thing he didn't lie about. So y'all, he called me trying to go off on me, talk about some, "You happy now? You got what you wanted?" So I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Why did you text her? Why did you call my ex?" I'm like, "I didn't text her, she texted me." So we just arguing and I hang up on him. I sent him the screenshots or whatever, and he got mad and had blocked me on iMessage. So me being me, I just want clarity. So I'm trying to sit here and get an explanation, like, why you been lying this whole time? Like I told you, all you had to do was be truthful with me. I've been asking you for nothing but the truth. And we made a promise to tell each other the truth no matter what. So boom, I never got no explanation on why he did it, why he been lying or nothing like that. Only me and the girl had talked. So long story short, y'all, what I had asked to be revealed to me was revealed to me in two different ways. It was revealed to me in my dreams and in real life. And it was very unexpected. And if you ask for something to be revealed to you, it can be revealed to you in plenty of different ways. Long story short, y'all, what I had asked to be revealed to me was revealed to me in two different ways. It was revealed to me in my dreams and in real life. And the crazy thing is, the second time it was revealed was all because he went live on Instagram. Super unexpected.
Story time on how I got caught sneaking out of the house / lying about my location, brown parent edition. Okay, so basically, I was like on like house arrest, not even house arrest, like I honestly wasn't. Like I was just not like supposed to go to another party because I needed to just stay home. Like my parents had like this rule that's like, oh, if you go out like on Friday, you can't go out Saturday or Sunday. You have to wait like 3 billion weeks after and then go out again. Like whatever. Like I feel like it's like a common rule for like people, but I had that rule too. So basically what I did was my friend texted me and I don't do shit like this. Like I don't like sneak out and like do any of this fucking shit because like it's so bad. Like I don't know, I like have this like huge thing. Like I don't want to like lie to my parents about like big things like this, like your location and stuff. Like maybe like with people who I'm with, like small like lies like that, but like not like sneaking out. Like, it's not me. But this time, like, shit, like, I went crazy, bro. Like, it was insane. Okay, so what I did was, my friend texted me, like, yo, like, are you going to the party? I was like, nah, like, shit, like, summertime sadness, like, shit, like, I can't go, like, small did not let it go. And I was like, low-key sad. I was like, I low-key had, like, that FOMO. I was like, she my best friend, like, babe, like, not best friend, like, she was one of my best friends. And I was like, shit, why can't I go? And then my friend that I was texting saying that I can't go, he was like, why can't you just, like, sneak out? And I was like, the fuck, nah, like, shit, I'm not doing all that. Like, and he was like, no, we literally, like, have a ride and everything, like, we can just scoop you and go. And I was like, bro, we're not going, like, I cannot go. And then he was like, he convinced me for like solid 30 minutes. I was like, fuck, I'm scared, like, I can't do this, like, I've never done shit like this. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I told my mom, like, okay, I'm gonna go to the park, my friend is gonna pick me up, and we're just gonna, like, go to the library, okay? And she was like, okay, like, that's fine. First, it was, like, already weird for her, because why would someone pick me up at a park and then take me to the library? Like, usually my friend would come to the front door and, like, pick me up and go, right? Like, to library. But I was like, oh, I need to go to the park first. And then she was like, okay, like, whatever. And I was like, fuck, like, this is already so bad. Like, I already feel so bad at this. And then I went to the park, and then my friend picked me up. So he picked me up, like, with his, like, yeah, he picked me up, and, like, we went. And I was, like, stressing the fuck out, like, because she, like, has my location and everything, like, so me lying is, like, diabolical. Like, I had to, like, keep going on, like, airplane mode and all this stuff. I was, like, to try to turn off my location. Like, I even went, like, on the settings thing and turned it off. So I was, like, fuck, like, this is such a bad idea. And I was scared more about my dad, because my dad is, like, the fucking worst. If we do something wrong, like, you cook, bitch. You cooked as fuck. Like, you're not seeing the face of the earth again if you do shit with my dad, right? So I was like, fuck, I was at least trembling in my boots. And I get in the car, and, like, we're going, and I'm like, bro, I'm freaking out. It's, like, 30 minutes away, so it's not even, like, something close by. It's far as fuck. It's, like, 30 minutes away, okay? And I'm like, oh my god, fuck. Like, we're on the highway, like, I'm freaking out still. We go pick up another friend, and then now it's, like, a drop-off, so I get dropped off in another person's house, and we go, and then go, like, all together. So his parents take us. That was, like, us three in the car, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, bitch, this is, like, this is crazy. And I'm still shaking my boots, and I enter the party. I'm like, okay, let me calm down. I put on my party outfit, because obviously I can't step out of the house with, like, a, you know, like, party outfit, because my mom's like, why the fuck are you wearing that to the library? And I was like, I don't know. So I changed whatever, and I was, like, acting all calm at the party, but bitch, inside I was like, fuck, I'm cooked. Okay? And I was like, okay, and things were going good for, like, first 20-30 minutes, okay? And then my mom calls me. Let that settle in. My mom calls me, and I'm fucking freaking out. Like, I'm like, fuck, like, this is so bad. Like, I cannot do this. And I was so scared, because I don't do shit like this, bro. Like, it's just embarrassing as fuck, and, like, weird, and, like, okay, for me, it's just, I can't, okay? And I start shaking, and I don't pick up the call, because I'm like, what the fuck do I do? There's, like, music and everything in the back. So I'm, like, freaking out, telling my friends, and then I leave the house, and I just go to the backyard. I'm like, okay, I'll pick up, and she's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the library, why? And then she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm at the library. And she's like, okay, like, and then she's freaking out because she can't see my location or anything, and she's like, no, you're not, like, stop lying. And then dad's on the call, and he's yelling and yelling and yelling. I'm like, fuck. And he's like, okay, if you're at the library, I'm gonna come pick you up in, like, a couple minutes. And I'm like, that house is, like, 35 minutes away from that, like 40 minutes away from the library. Not even, it's further away, okay? And I'm fucking freaking out. I'm like, I need to get to the library right the fuck now. And I told them I was with my friend at the library, right? So they called my friend, and I was saying to my friend, like, bro, please. And I didn't even tell my friend to, like, cover for me. And I should have fucking done that, but I didn't. And, like, and I told I was saying to my friend, I was like, bro, please, like, tell your parents, like, if they ask. I mean, if my parents call you, like, please tell them, like, we're at the library or something. And then she's like, bro, like, they're calling my parents, not even me. So obviously her parents can't lie about it. My friend's parents can't lie and cover for me. Like, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, they care for my safety too, like, whatever, okay? So I was like, fuck, I'm so cooked. And, like, I felt so bad, because now I was dragging in other people, and I hate that. Like, I don't know, I felt like shit. Like, I felt like shit, okay? And then whatever, okay? So now, now my parents are cross-checking with my friend's parents. Like, they were supposed to take me to the library, and they're like, no, she's not there. Why? She's not at the library. My daughter's at home. And I'm like, fuck, I'm cooked. And now I'm like, okay, I'm still saying to my parents, like, yeah, I'm still at the library, so I have to, like, and I can't use, and at that time, I didn't have, like, a job or anything, so I didn't have, like, money on me, right? So I didn't have money or anything like to get myself like an Uber and like quickly Uber to like the library. I didn't have any of that. So I had to like literally like beg my friends to like buy me an Uber. And one of my friends, thank you, came in clutch. Like he came in clutch, bro, and he bought me an Uber. Like after I had to like beg around for so long. I feel like a fucking beggar, bro. Like, bro, please buy me Uber because they're fucking expensive sometimes. So I was like, fuck. And obviously like they helped me. Like my friends did help me, and like. And I caused a whole scene. I felt so bad at the party. I was like, fuck, I'm cooked. And then we got the Uber, and then I fucking like that good like the Uber, she started like, she was so sweet, bro. She became like my lifeline. No, she didn't. The fuck, bro, it was like one thing, but she like became my therapist for like a good few minutes. And then she started talking to me, and I was like stressed out. I was like, bro, and she's like, are you good, like, are you okay? And I was like, fuck no. And I started like getting like, I started hyperventilating. I was like, bro, like I'm sneaking out, I'm doing all this shit. And she's like, girl, trust me, like I've done all this shit, like I got you. And then she starts like going like a little faster, and like she starts taking me to the library, and I was like, bitch, I love you, babe. Like, and I was like, I'm so like fried if I don't get there in time. So I go to like we're rushing to the library, and I'm like stressing out, and then I have to like park, I think my parents are already there, so like I have to park somewhere that I can get out and like go inside. I sit in the library, and then I'm texting them like, where are you? They don't respond to me, and I'm like, fuck, are they already here? Did they already see me walk in? And then they're like, wait, we're not even like, we haven't even left the house. It's like, bitch, you're gonna stress me like that much? And like, we're not even there yet, but stay there, we're fucking coming in picking you up. And they come in like 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, and then they, so cooked, bro, so cooked. Like, I'll give you all part 2. And then I went home. It was wraps for me, because I lied so much. And then they were like my dad was like starting to write down names, like, okay, who was at the library then? All these names. And I lied about, and then I said like, oh yeah, I was in the library with Vicky. Fuck, I name drop. That's my best friend, but whatever. That's the one that was like the library I went with. But yeah, I was supposed to go with her to the library, and like I didn't. And then I asked to pull other people. I was like, yeah, I went to the library with other people. And they're like, okay, who are the names? And then they took the names down, and they were like, okay, we're gonna call all these people, we're gonna like make sure like you guys have the exact same story. I was like, fuck, I don't know what to do. And I started telling my friend like, bro, please, like, you gotta like lock in for me, like say that we were like at the library and stuff. And I was like, okay. And like, okay, so whenever he was like cross, like my dad like got him, obviously was like, bro, like, what did you do? Like, where were you going? So my parents at this point, like after figuring out everything, they think that I'm still lying about, they thought that I was lying about who I was with, not where I went. So till today, they don't know that I went to a party. They just think that I went to the library, but they think that I went with different people instead of the girl that I was supposed to go with, right? So I was like, yeah, like I went with this person. I was just like, I lied about it, like I'm sorry. And I was like, and they were like, okay, like you have to prove it to us that you went with someone else. Like, come on, like tell me. They're like, were there any boys? I was like, no, there weren't. And then they're like, who were the people? And I listed out like my friends that were at the birthday party, like my close friends, right? And they were like, okay, I'm gonna ask them. And I told them like, yeah, we just like went from the library, we just went to eat, and we came back. That's why like location was like flickering, all this stuff. And they were like, okay, like I'm gonna call that girl, and I'm gonna ask what you ate, and if she says the same exact order, like the order that you actually ate, then you're fine. Then she was like, oh, what color clothes, what was I wearing? Like that girl that had to describe exactly what I was wearing, because if I didn't, then it proves like she wasn't there with me. So I was like, fuck, what do I do? And I don't even remember what I did, bro. And I didn't even have my phone. Like my dad was like looking at my phone, so I couldn't even text saying like, hey, like tell all this stuff. I was like freaking out. Like she had to have gotten it right. I don't know how I survived that situation. I didn't get in trouble like that much at all.
Story time with me about how I was grounded for 4 months my senior year of high school. So obviously I'm Indian, and I have like really brown, strict parents who think they're chill, but they're just not. So basically it's August, like a week after school started, and I come home and my mom is just so mad. I come home, I walk through the front door, and she's yelling at me. She's like, where have you been? What's your problem? Like, why can't you do anything right? Just basic brown parent stuff. And I was like, all right, this is so sus. Like, what the heck? So she's like, go to the room and like start cleaning or whatever. In the room, on the bed, are all of my like really scandalous bad clothes. Usually what I would do is I would keep it at my locker at school, so there's like nothing sus at home. But because school had just started, I couldn't do that yet. So I see like my bathing suits, my crop tops, my shorts, my jeans with rips in them, like everything. It's just laying on the bed. So I'm like, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. And I'm trying like really frantically to clean everything and like just like throw away all the bad stuff. And then I see this notebook that I've been writing in since 7th grade, okay? So like literally every single bad thing I've ever done in my life is in this diary. Like it talks about all my boyfriends, every time that I've like gone somewhere when I lied to them about it, like all of my clothes, like everything is just out. So I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. So I'm trying to hide everything, but obviously that doesn't like, I don't know, I was just stressed. Like obviously that didn't work because she already saw everything. So then I just act like nothing is going on, right? I finished sorting what clothes that I want to donate, which is just like all of the bad stuff. And I'm hiding like some of the really like good quality bad stuff that I have. Like the bathing suits, which were like $50. Like I was trying to hide it. My mom walks in and she's like, what is this? Why are you a slut? Like, you're just a hoe. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh shoot. Like, what do I do? How do I lie my way out of this? She's like, don't even bother lying. Like, I know everything you've done. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then she's yelling at me some more and she's like, you're such a liar, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're a whore, like, whatever. And then she's like, go to like your room and like clean everything. And she's like, make sure you sort all of your clothes, not just the ones that I found. I'm like, oh fuck, because there's more clothes like in the drawers, not just the bags that she found. So I'm like, okay, I need to like somehow hide all of this and not hide all of this. Like, I don't know, I was just being so sus, okay? So I'm like figuring out where to like put everything so I can take it to school tomorrow and like deal with it, whatever. She walks in again. Then she grabs like all of the bathing suits and stuff that I'm like trying to hide and like keep and whatever. She's like, what is this? Like, why are you trying to show your body to everyone and their mom? Like, who are you trying to impress? Like, tell me, blah, 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 blah. Then I was like, oh, like, no, like, I've never worn it before. Like, I just bought it because, like, everyone has bathing suits and, like, I don't have any, whatever. My mom's like, no, like, I know what you did. Like, I know about your boyfriend. I know this. I know that. So I'm cooked, bro. Like, at this point, I'm like, I can't even lie anymore. Like, she read everything. Some time passes. It's like 3 hours later. I finish sorting and like hiding all the clothes, whatever. She comes to me and dumps a whole basket of like Shein clothes, which like, you know what I mean. Bathing suits, like bikinis, everything. And she dumps it out in front of me and is like, I'm donating all of this. Like, you don't need any of this. Why do you even have this? Like, you just waste so much money on useless clothes. This is like not even covering anything. Like, are you really gonna wear this out? Oh yeah, go show your body to everyone and their mom. So I'm like, how do I react? And like, keep in mind, like, some of those bathing suits were like $80. Like, bro, I actually spent so much money just for her to throw it away. So she leaves again, and I think, okay, maybe she didn't see, like, the notebook. Like, maybe she only saw the clothes and is just assuming all of it. The next morning, like, I'm supposed to be going to school and whatever. She's like, you're not going to school today. That's when I knew I was so cooked, bro. So she's like, we need to talk about everything. Like, you need to tell me the truth. Like, I already know everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so then she's like, I know you have a boyfriend, and I know you've had sex, and I know you've done this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and this. And I was like, because number one, like, I was just shocked. Like, hello? Two, like, this goes into detail about, like, me kissing people, like, me hanging out with people, like, just, like, I don't know, okay? I'm like, how much did she read? Why did she keep reading? Like, what is going on? But also to preface this, like, we never had sex. So she's literally just making up things to get me to confess. So then I'm like, all right, so I'm literally cooked. Like, I don't know what else to do. And my mom is like, you need to tell me everything. Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, yeah, I do. And she was like, okay, what's his name? Like, we need to talk about this. Like, how many times have we told you not to do this? Blah, 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 blah. I'm super chill. Like, I should know about every single boyfriend you have. Like, why are you always lying to us? Blah, 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 blah. And I wanted to say this is the exact reason why, because you're overreacting. And she was like, I know you've had sex. I know you've had sex. You're such a bad girl. Like, why do you know how to do anything? Like, why can't you just look out for your future? And I'm like, there's literally no point in denying it because, like, if I deny it, she's not gonna believe me because she like just read the list of lies that I've told her over the past like 7 years. Okay, part 2 coming soon because I have to go to school now.